learned that being an athlete is a mindset. It's not what we do, it's who we are at our core. I was just talking with a bunch of founders, executives, entrepreneurs, and talking about how being a former professional athlete, I've learned that it's not about what we do. It's how we think, it's how we view the world, it's how we view ourselves, it's how we view our skills, our weaknesses. And a lot of us get caught up on focusing on our strengths, which strengths are important. But at the end of the day, we have to focus on strengthening our weaknesses, because that's how we improve. And how we perceive adversity and stress is how we respond to it. So if we perceive stress as a bad thing rather than a good thing, when we have stressful events, challenges, obstacles, adversity, however you want to label it, we're going to unconsciously run from those moments. We're going to not be able to grow and adapt and get better. When we perceive and believe that stress and challenge and adversity is going to help us grow, become better, then we unconsciously seek out doing hard things and looking at what we did, no matter how successful we were or not. We look at how can we improve. So at the end of the day, being an athlete is who you are. It's how you think. Of course, yeah, it involves sports to the traditional definition, but what's also interesting is in life, we're competing every day. In business, we're competing, whatever it is, your hours a week, but we're competing more than professional athletes in the traditional sense that play a sport and compete. They spend most of their time training and recovering, and a small portion of their time competing. I know this from my past, being a professional athlete. In business, we're competing day in, day out, sometimes 6-7 days a week, 80 hours a week, whatever it is. We spend little time training our mind and our body, and little time recovering. And when we can take the athlete mindset and adopt that moving forward and looking at how we can improve, it all starts in between, the space between our ears, and how we see the things that we're doing, how we're training our mind and body, and how we're recovering, how we're responding to adversity and growing. If our brain isn't stressed, it has no reason to regulate and adapt and grow. It has no reason to do that, because that's not how it's designed. So we have to seek out ways to improve, and the best way to do that is looking at our weaknesses, times that we fall down, what we can learn from them, and focusing on doing things that are difficult and moving when we don't want to move, doing the things that we don't necessarily want to do, because what's on the other side is all the things that we want. So at the end of the day, being an athlete, yeah, in the traditional sense, it's playing some type of sport, but being a retired professional athlete, I now know it's a mindset. It's the resilient mindset, leveraging adversity to become better. With that, we can endure adversity. We can learn how to regulate our nervous system, and then we can adapt to that, and we can overcome obstacles moving forward, and we can do this in our entire life. It doesn't matter your physical capabilities or not. Being an athlete, it's all about how you perceive yourself in the outside world and what you're willing to do moving forward.